Welcome to Masculine Scrapping. This is another spread from our trip to Galaxy's Edge in Hollywood Studios in Walt Disney World Complex in Orlando, Florida. And this is just a series of pictures around the Millennium Falcon. You can tell we took this picture early in the morning when we were there and no one else was there, and this one was taken a little bit later. It was a rainy day that day, which is perfectly fine. For us, we liked being there with fewer people. You can see actually we've got some Star Wars shirts on. I'll be honest, I bought those on Etsy, not from Disney. Absolutely love them. It was fun for us to be wearing matching outfits on that day. I bought this image as part of a Star Wars pack from Etsy, and I thought about cutting it out, but man, you can see how intricate it is. So instead, I used a very fine pen in the pen holder for the Cricut machine and had that draw it out, and then it cut out the edge, and I'm very, very pleased with the way this turned out. I think it took about 20 minutes for it to draw this whole thing. You can see that on the spread I have it spread across 2 pages. I wanted to be able to use this background paper, again purchased on Etsy, in the picture, and you can see that this image is very close to the image that I have in our own photograph. So I wanted to make sure that this was seen. And so this is going to go across the page, and I am going to show you my technique for making sure that this is done well. So I'm actually going to flip these over, and you can see the paper and the back side of the paper. I have to be honest, I really do not like paper packs that give me double-sided paper, because I always want to use both sides. I've just got some regular old cellophane tape here, and I'm taping these two together. That way I know that they will stay together nicely. Okay, so this actually will be, I think I'm going to go ahead and put this piece on first, and I'm just looking right about here, and I am going to make sure that I get a good amount of tape in that spot, because I don't want this to come off the page when I end up cutting this in half. So you'll see what I mean here in a second. Actually, I'm going to put all these photographs back in place so I can make sure that I'm getting this exactly where I want it. Okay. I think I'm going to do it like that. Okay, so I'm just pressing it down. And I am going to go ahead and get the rest of the photographs put on, and then we will cut this thing in half. And then I'll have my 2 spreads. I'm going to put this up pretty high in the corner because I want to see as much of the background paper as possible. I have my old cut piece of photograph here. You can see this is what I use to push down to set my adhesive tabs. Keeps you from getting fingerprints on the project or scratching it with some other kind of tool. I was really thankful. Some people volunteered to take a picture of my son and I there. We don't get that very often. Alright, so the whole spread is together. I'm going to use Fiskars circle blade cutter. And I'm just going to make sure that everything is aligned perfectly on that line. So right down the edge of the paper. I can hear it cutting through the tape. I'm going to go back and forth a couple times to make sure it's done well. And there we go. Next thing I'll do, let's just test to make sure it's on there nice and well. Good. Yep. So there we go. Now if I was putting this in a strap binder, this would fit together really nice. It's going to be a 3-ring binder, so it'll be a little bit like that in the project, but I think people will get what it is. But there you go. Another spread from Galaxy's Edge, the Millennium Falcon, at Hollywood Studios at the Walt Disney World Complex. So I hope you've enjoyed this project. Would love to be seeing your projects, and thank you for spending some time with us today.